14 questions correct. The hallmark of this club is people opening doors in very exaggerated manner.
You say that you were only fooling. Don't walk away. Don't do me wrong. Don't leave me singing this torch song.
Yes, I'll have 12 beers, please. The studio's secretary martyr. Oh, well. Lady, this does not seem like a good idea.
Of course we will look into it. Yes, I'm aware that it's an election year. Keep a hold of your hat, Counselor. Now is not
It's easier said than done, Captain.
It would appear that someone has hocked a rose gold wedding ring and matching engagement ring. Sound familiar?
Deirdre Muller.
Press the pawnbroker and see what you can find out. The address is 348 South Main Street. The Muller case goes before the grand jury next week, and the DA does not want any egg on his face. Then get out to the railroad depot on Santa Fe Avenue. We have another poor unfortunate found this morning beside a railroad.
Also, could you find the 2 missing volumes of my set of encyclopedias?
Right,
They weren't even as print and he still confessed.
Another body and Deirdre Muller's ring. The Emperor may soon have to come to terms with the fact that he's wearing no clothes.
Hollow man.
Exactly. Did you get that book of riddles shoved up your ass, Phelps? Is that what your old man paid college tuition for?
All right, Rusty, you drive.
You know
buddy.
the way. You can drive.
And where exactly?
Mostly so I can critique your driving.
I've been in this job 20 years. I'll never find it.
Rusty. There might be alcohol at the scene of the
You've
crime.
got to admit, this is looking odd.
Anyone could pawn a ring.
But if you take it along with all of the other indicators...
Cole, Hugo Moeller was identified by the...
I don't know
school's
anything
ground
about this case, Cole,
He's our
but I
guy.
think she probably
Witnesses have
deserved it.
fingered the wrong guy before.
He ran, for God's sakes.
And he always maintained he was set up.
What if we just stand here for a bit? Just creep him out. You got a problem, Rusty? I could stand here forever. I'm in peak physical condition. The sweltering Los Angeles heat does nothing to me. I see ya. You're looking at those hot dogs over there saying, oh boy, I could really go for one of those. Look at that. Looks delicious, doesn't it? Now that's a mover and shaker right there. No time to stand still and eat your hot dog. Just shove it in your pocket and go back to the office. Now you know who runs the show.
How can I help you boys?
Oh, okay. I'll meet you at window 2
Detectives
then.
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. You have a rose gold wedding and engagement ring?
David Bremner. Am I gonna get something for this pledge? Gave that bum money, now you guys are gonna leave me short.
How much?
Get the interrogation stretcher!
bucks.
Try another number.
20?
Try 10. Feel lucky you're getting it.
I have the rings right here.
Excuse me.
What's this mark here?
I believe that's the Lufthansa logo.
Usually traceable. That one came from Hartfield's Jewelry down on Broadway.
Thanks for the tip.
Oh,
Does this mark mean anything?
I wonder.
Mark.
It's
$15
double the
phone.
number of our car. By the way, did somebody say Maker's
Mark
Mark?
on the guy who brought these in.
Goes by the name of Percy B. Shelley. Gave an address. 15 Poland Street, London, Tulare County.
Can you give us a description of the man who pawned these rings?
Not sure. Medium height, medium build. Dark hair, I think. Sorry. He just had one of those forgettable faces.
We'll be in touch, Mr. Bremner.
Well, I'm off to rule the Seven Kingdoms.
You're behind the wheel.
Fine. Where are we headed?
We just name streets after countries now? This is North America, dude. Everything's named after something else. Oh my, get away from this. It's gonna blow.
The address is bogus.
It's sparking up a storm.
The guy who's been sending the Dahlia letters is also the guy who pawned these rings.
How do you figure that one?
Percy Bysshe Shelley wrote the poem that came with the Dahlia letter. The Dahlia letters are genuine, and the man who killed Elizabeth Short may have also killed Deirdre Muller.
And how do we prove that, Phelps? Skipper ain't gonna like this one bit.
Habeas corpus?
We're gonna have to rely on this guy tripping up on his own vanity.
Or possibly a bookshelf, end table, ottoman, any piece of furniture will do.
You boys ready? Follow me.
We should keep this development with the rings under our hat until we speak with the captain.
We're all on the same team, Rusty.
Chain of command, Phelps. The skipper will decide who needs to know. Got it?
I get it, Rusty. I just don't like it.
While I was camp counseling, I had a girl whose name was literally spelled K8. I don't buy this.
Hard, isn't it?
I want to. You're
I
a
look after all the
subscriber.
rail
You
depots.
support
What have you got?
my existence
The
professionally
Negro,
and
Nelson
personally.
Gaines called it in.
I don't buy this
I came
story,
down
though.
here to
This
make
is some
sure him
urban
and the other
legend,
guy,
you know,
Jameson
but she
stuff
only
up.
put 2
Jameson
Jolly
found
Ranchers up
about
there. Where did the third one
Something
come
like
from?
that.
Sort of
Guy makes me
silliness.
sick.
We'll talk to the coroner. Keep an eye on both of them.
I don't buy it.
This is a chit for personal items, not booze. It's an angle worth investigating.
Better not show it to Rusty. 2 large suitcase. Small suitcase. Bowling pin. One of these things is not like the other. He will not look at... Oh, no. You just got to move the mouse outrageously so.
Maybe someone at Mensch's will remember her.
You telling me on every matchbook they manually handwrite the address of the bar? I don't buy it. Oh, Handberg. Evelyn
Go to
Summers.
the lot and see what they know about
Department. Legal.
That's gonna be
Good
difficult, Cole.
only until
Keystone Studio
Halloween
lot goes back to
1941.
41.
That's a long time ago. Oh no.
Hey, can you give me a hand? I got a hard case.
Dear Evelyn, I hope this letter finds you in a better way than when we last parted. Bitter words were exchanged. You had taken too much liquor. You know it's the olden days when they say taken too much liquor. In the modern era, we just say you were way too lit. You turned it up to the extreme. And we both know what that makes you become. But I am not writing to harass and accuse, I am writing to apologize. I was heartbroken seeing what had become of my little girl and what she is doing to herself. You are destroying your body and your soul with liquor, Evelyn, and it is harder for me to watch than you can imagine. But only God Almighty above us has the right to judge, and so I beg your forgiveness. I've been in contact with a sanitarium here in Connecticut on your behalf. They say your condition is an illness, Evelyn, and that it can be treated. You only need to check yourself in. It will not. Coroner?
What are you thinking, Ray?
The city keeps tossing us
Andy
dead
Serkis.
bodies. We're just running to catch up.
Thanks for your help, as always.
There's more work to do here, Phelps. Leave me be.
I'm not Luden. I will not. Oh, hi, Mark.
Phelps, 124.
Yes, hello, my love? Could you run a plate for me?
How can I help, Detective?
I need an address on Levine's Liquor. Closest store to the Santa Fe Avenue rail yard, if possible.
Just a moment, Detective. Closest store would be the one at 939 South Hope Street.
Thanks for your help.
Who? Parkour master. As always. Alright, let's start talking.
Detective Phelps and Galloway, homicide. Can you tell me exactly what happened?
We were shutting cars over to the main line when I saw this man here lying on top of this woman. The woman wasn't moving and seemed to be in a bad way.
What time was this?
About 7:30 this morning.
She
sir.
seemed dead
Thanks
and
for your
also
help.
unhappy.
Have you given Patrolman Hart your details?
I have, sir.
Thank you. You can go now.
Well, that was easy. You haven't even looked at the body yet? I don't want to get demonetized. Or demonetized, which would also be bad.
Smell?
Very good. There is the usual evacuation smell, but it appears she's been living rough for quite some time.
Very strong smell of alcohol.
Well, the autopsy will tell, but I would assume that she was inebriated.
New clue. Vagrancy. No telltale finger abrasion. Never mind, but it's on the different hand this time.
Certainly seems I've been swabbing a lot of bare fingers recently.
Can you be more exact about the time of death?
No later than 2 a.m. The state the body was in, a 1 or 2 hour window is the best I can do.
I think we've looked at it all here. All right, let's go speak to Weird Boy.
Hydrant and I'll give you a ticket.
Yes, hello, detective.
Detective Phelps, LAPD homicide.
John Ferdinand Jameson.
We need you to answer some questions.
Jingleheimer Schmidt was my
If you don't mind, I prefer Ferdinand.
nom de
Don't push
terre.
your luck, knucklehead.
What were you doing to the body, Ferdinand?
Are you sure you won't be upset?
Like everybody else in Los Angeles, I'm a creepy sex fiend.
I was kissing her.
Oh, nice.
It's not against the law.
Shut up.
There's no
Take
law
your
against
beating
it.
like a man.
Turn out your pockets, Ferdinand.
Officer, have you ever heard of this thing called a rainbow party?
Is this yours, Ferdinand?
No. I found it near her purse. I thought she could use some lipstick.
Rusty, stop. Don't hit him.
Well, I thought if I hit him hard enough, some rye might fall out.
You went through her purse?
It wasn't like she needed it. I took a look.
Did you take any money?
Wasn't any to take. I found her lipstick and her matchbook over on the mat. Not much else.
His pupils are extraordinarily dilated.
Yes, I did. I work here. I was coming off shift and headed home.
Uh-oh.
Why didn't you report the body, Jameson? Do you know how this is going to look to a jury?
A jury? What gives? I could tell that she was dead. I came through here about midnight last night. She wasn't here then.
Let me belt him again.
You're under arrest, Jameson. We'll see how this plays out. Until then, you can think a little on how you'd like to be treated if you were found dead.
I'm telling you, it's not illegal. Me and some friends of mine...
Clyde, you get this sack of shit into a cell.
Say what you want about him. He can take a punch, dude. He got right back up. I mean, rest assured, Rusty's had all the B vitamins leached out of his bloodstream by a life of hard living. But at the same time, like, dude has an iron jaw.
What do you think?
I say we try the liquor store next. I could get a short dog for the car.
Well, let's go.
Can you drive to this one?
And where exactly are we going?
The chain liquor store, downtown branch. You know the owner, I'm sure.
You read that those goddamn Chinese want to sell the relief food that we're sending them?
Yeah. Yeah, I read about that.
Those people are starving. They can't do that.
Want to sell the food to fund the civil war against the communists.
Really? I guess that's okay then.
I got some bad
Communists
news
can't
for you
fight
about the
without
future,
food.
Rusty.
You spend all your money on weapons, but you still have to have the will to fight. Fortunately, the Reds will win in China.
Watch your mouth. You know what you're saying?
The people of this country overthrew a king. You think the Chinese will balk at an emperor if they are starving?
Bested by superior logic yet again. The hobo? The hobo's gonna be the emperor?
What can I do for you?
LAPD, Phelps and Galloway. We're making inquiries into the murder of Evelyn Summers.
Evelyn? She's dead?
You knew Evelyn Summers, Mr.
Robbins.
Tony
Yes,
Robbins.
I knew Evelyn. I was a good friend of her ex-husband. She kept some of her stuff here.
Can you show us, please?
Sure. Come this way.
And then he just bolts in true LA Noire fashion.
You got some fine stuff.
Rusty is not the time.
No, you let us take some for the road, this case might get solved a lot quicker.
He's joking, Mr. Robbins.
Please, just call me Baskin. Say, what's going on back here?
Evelyn was reading Aristotle?
Evelyn wasn't stupid. The only stupid thing about her was her need to drink.
She wasn't always such a loner.
There's so many jokes that I can't pick one about all the faces in that picture. Bowling pin. It was on the list.
Rawlings Bowling Alley. Maybe Evelyn did something other than drink in her spare time.
Yeah, but why would she bring her own pin?
I know that place. Corner of 9th and Grand. A lot of cops bowl there on Tuesday nights.
They have 15-cent vodka. If you show them your badge, they'll give you happy hour prices anytime.
I'm guessing Evelyn hadn't held down a job for quite some time before she was killed.
Yeah, chat's not wrong. What about the business acumen of Mr. Robbins letting an alcoholic live in the storeroom of his liquor store?
Work in the pictures.
Just seems a little bit unfortunate.
She worked in legal copyrights for music.
Oh, well, I would say she deserved it then. Can we look at the... No, I guess that official-looking document is not that important. Okay.
And she was borrowing books from Grosvenor McCaffrey. I'm at a loss.
Question the owner. He must know something.
Thanks, Rusty. Grosvenor McCaffrey? That's a communist name if I've ever heard one. Absolutely true.
We're trying to account for Evelyn's movements yesterday.
She came by in the morning.
A social visit to pick up some of her things?
She had a couple of bucks and bought a quart of rye.
He's looking me dead in the eyes. It's hard to tell because his face is reclaiming the land his eyes once had.
Any idea
Let's
where the
go.
money came from?
She didn't mention it. But she did say the booze was a present for a boy. She said they had been fighting and she had to make it up to him.
Nice.
Were you and Evelyn close, Mr. Robbins?
Not many people will be sad she's gone.
But yes, she was my best friend. I mean, what about people that are? What about? Oh, no, yeah, the torn letter. This is like a lie because there was someone else who loved her. It was her father, I'm assuming, or maybe an ex-husband. He is staring me dead in the soul, though.
We got the impression that Evelyn had been sleeping rough of late.
It became difficult for me to have her staying here. Her mother was trying to get her back on the straight and narrow. She's old now.
I told her she
To be
could sleep in
honest,
my
I
walk-in
really
refrigerator.
didn't want to get back on.
You know a friend of Evelyn's by the name of McCaffrey?
Not personally.
He's blinking. He's blinking a lot. He's looking down and away. That's a doubt.
We're struggling for leads, Robbins. Did she know McCaffrey?
She idolized him. From what I gather, the feeling was far from mutual. He seems to peddle a revolutionary stance, fixing the ills of society. You could see how it would appeal to down-and-outs like Evelyn.
Thanks
3
for
for
your help,
3.
Mr. Robbins.
No problem.
Listen, I got an idea. 32 flavors. Hear me out.
I'd like to make arrangements for the funeral. You think I could get in touch with Evelyn's mother?
Put in a call to the watch commander at Central Station, Mr. Robbins. He'll be trying to reach the next of kin.
Thanks. Get the guy, huh?
How do you know it's a
I've
guy?
never hurt anybody.
It's an equal opportunity society. I mean, now that women have the right to vote, what's left for them to claw for, right, Mr. McCaffrey? The cats are not hungry. They're gonna be fine. Never fear. Skirt! No, we can't skirt over that. Okay. Well, you know, we gotta obviously phone it in. There's no phone. Nah, we don't have to phone it in. What am I talking about? Let's get out of here.
You can drive.
Take me to the bar.
Fine. Where
This
we
is
at?
like Rusty's favorite day of police work ever. Broca. Just use your cell phone? Extremely the wrong generation. All the kids my age just look at their cellular telephones. I'm a more classy man. I read a newspaper.
Phelps, Galloway, homicide. We need to ask you some
Yeah, I'll have a
questions
quintuple
concerning
rye,
Evelyn
please.
I'm Walter Mensch. Evelyn Summers? What is it now?
You knew Evelyn?
As well as I wanted to know Evelyn. She's a pain in the ass, always coming in here, cadging drinks, never had any money. She was in just a couple of nights ago.
Did she ever tell you where she was staying?
I don't know. I think she was living rough. She had that kind of stunk about her.
Always talking about
Who did she drink with?
killing the
A bunch
rich.
of these guys. Ask around.
What's your name?
Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Oh.
Mind if I ask you some questions, Mr. McCaffrey?
I'm just a starving writer, detective. What do you want to ask about?
Evelyn Summers? And why
I'm
she was
just
found
a
beaten
starving
and
writer,
strangled in the rail
detective.
depot on Santa
What
Fe.
would you like to ask about?
Okay. I see your point.
How well did you know her?
I can't say that I knew her. It was more like I was aware of her.
Michael Fassbender?
Do you have a criminal record, Mr. McCaffrey?
Nothing serious. I've had a few skirmishes.
Do we know? I don't think we know.
Do you want to save me some time, or do you want me to look up your file?
Industrial disputes, strikes, workers' rights, that kind of thing.
A regular fifth columnist. Nice to meet you, comrade.
Man, Rusty really hates communism.
You say you barely knew Evelyn?
Yes, that is correct.
It's because Rusty's an American hero? Absolutely. I mean, obviously this is a lie because of the book.
You're lying, McCaffrey. You looked down your nose at Evelyn, but you knew her, and you have some idea of what happened.
I hope you're holding aces.
Well, we are brothers in arms against the bourgeoisie, but...
I barely knew the woman.
I barely knew Comrade Snyder. What was her name? I don't remember.
Why would you lend her your book on metaphysics if you only knew her in passing? It was more than that. A Renaissance man like yourself, lending his books to his acolytes.
She hounded me about that goddamn book, and then she lifts it from my apartment and lies to my face that she didn't take it, as if she could even comprehend any of it. I saw her go into a hotel with Tiernan last night.
Not Tiernan!
They had booze in a paper bag. He's your man.
Thank you for the information, Mr. McCaffrey.
Why don't you just question some more people, Phelps? I'll just be right here.
You a friend of Evelyn Summers?
Who's asking?
Very cute. You know who's asking.
I know my rights.
You don't have any. Answer the question.
Can we really trust a guy that wears a sweater under a button-up shirt that's tucked in?
Is that so hard?
Keep writing me, copper.
Gentlemen, ladies,